As I alluded to in the previous lesson, the JavaScript code you write for your Arduino using Johnny 5 will not actually execute on the microcontroller itself. Instead, Johnny 5 communicates with the Arduino, and essentially any component wired up to it, through the Fermata protocol. Fermata is essentially a protocol used to pass messages back and forth between a host machine, such as my PC, and a microcontroller, such as my Arduino. Now what I will need to do here is upload a sketch to the Arduino that understands the Fermata protocol, and that is what will actually run on the Arduino itself. The sketch will basically act as a middleman relaying messages from the host computer to the components hooked up to the Arduino, and vice versa if there are any input components, such as buttons or switches wired up. For this task of uploading the Fermata sketch, I will be using the Arduino IDE, which is a free download if you do not already have it. I posted a link to it in the course description, but if you overlooked that, or didn't want to download the IDE at that point, you can go to www.arduino.cc, click on the download menu, and then grab the installer for your respective OS. Alright, now I will go ahead and pull up my Arduino in a webcam view here so that you can see how it is connected to my PC. And as you can see here, I'm just using a standard USB cable that I got with an Arduino starter kit I purchased a while back. Alright, now I'm ready to upload the sketch, which I will do using the IDE. So I'll first make sure my board is set up by going to the Tools menu, selecting Board, and then the Arduino Genduino Uno option. Alright, now I need to make sure I am set up on the correct port, so I will go back to the Tools menu, and then Port, and then select the correct port for my Uno. The IDE actually comes equipped with the sketch I will need to upload, which I can get to by hitting up File, Examples, and then I will need to select the standard Fermata Plus example sketch from the menu here. Of course, you can see a number of other Fermata sketches that you can use, or may even need to use for other platforms, depending on your setup. But for the sake of the demos in this course, and due to the fact that I'm running an Arduino Uno, I will just need the standard Fermata Plus sketch. Now I'm running version 1.6.11 of the IDE here, so if you're not running the same version, your options may look a little different. You may have to dig a little bit to find the sketch, but it should be included in the example somewhere. Okay, so I'll just click on it here, which opens up in a new window, and then I can just hit the upload button to compile and load it onto my Arduino. Perfect. Now that's all I need to do with the IDE, so I can go ahead and shut that down. And before I continue with the actual demo, I want to mention that Johnny 5 works with a number of different platforms, and not all of them require the use of the Fermata protocol. So if you're not sure whether a certain platform you want to use requires Fermata, or if the platform is even supported by Johnny 5 at this point, you can browse to the framework site at johnny5.io, hit up the platform support menu, and then search for your platform here. Since I am using the Arduino Uno, I can click on the first image here and it will take me right to the configuration section for it. If you're not sure which image corresponds to your platform, you can always just search the webpage using your browser's find function, or look at the URL at the bottom of your browser when you hover over an image. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and click on the first image, and you can see here in the environment section how Johnny 5 communicates and works with this platform. It mentions that a host machine will actually execute the JavaScript code using Node.js, as I mentioned earlier, and it also states that I need to use the standard Fermata Plus sketch, which is what I uploaded just a bit ago. Now depending on when you're watching this video, especially if it's long after it was recorded, you may run into some issues trying to run the standard Fermata Plus sketch on an Arduino Uno, and I'll pull open the docs for the sketch on GitHub here to show you why. And I'll just scroll down here just a bit. And you can see that the Plus sketch has additional features that may exceed the flash and RAM sizes of the Uno. You will also see down here at the bottom that the sketch will still compile and run on an ATmega 328P chip, which is at the core of the Arduino Uno, but as the docs also mention, future versions of the sketch may not run as new features are added. Now at the time of this recording, which is September of 2016, the standard Fermata Plus sketch does work on the Arduino Uno with the Johnny 5 framework, but again, I did want to point out that if you're watching this at a much later point, you may run into issues with the Plus version, and this could be why. But anyway, it looks like I should be set up properly and ready to handle some Johnny 5 action at this point, so let's be about some demos.